And the lights go out, grit my teeth, shut my mouth. When the night come around, I become a ghost now.
Sorry, I went off for a moment. Came back with a whole meal. Well, sort of. I got rice, turkey, and lettuce. 2 little leaves of lettuce. It's more like a snack than a meal. What was I saying? Was I talking about fireworks and how awful they are? How afraid I was? Okay, well, I'm not, like, deathly afraid of fireworks as I was when I was, like, 4. I used to run away and hide in the closet or in the pantry or something, you know, whenever I heard the fireworks start outside. I was terribly afraid of fireworks when I was little. Of course, I still don't like the noises that they make because I think they're too loud, so I like to admire them from afar rather than being where they are, and I don't even like drums, you know? As a kid, I didn't like drums either. You know, I hated drums even more. Of course, I owned drums at one point, then I broke them. But anyway, my silliest fear was fireworks. I don't have it anymore, really. I mean, if you asked me to light a firework, I wouldn't want to do it, but I'd still do it. So I can face my fear. So I wouldn't call it a phobia, but it used to be kind of phobia-like when I was younger. Large wrapped corpus meat. I thought that said a large wrapped cucumber at first, and I was like, what? Why is he holding a cucumber? But no, it's corpus meat. Isn't corpus a disease? Why would— I can't see! Don't jab me! Nope. 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 Nah! Woo! I can't even see, man. Don't attack me in the dark. Oh my god. Is it gonna become dark again if I go through the door? Probably is, isn't it? I forgot what I was saying. Anyway, all of my senses when I was a kid were sensitive. You know? Very sensitive. I always had very sensitive everything. Sensitive skin, sensitive taste buds, sensitive teeth, sensitive sight, sensitive hearing. Everything was extremely sensitive when I was a kid, and it still is extremely sensitive. I mean, I have to use special toothpaste, or else I can't brush my teeth without pain. You know, I still get like these sores in my mouth from just accidentally biting myself one time. I hate loud noises still. I hate bright lights still. That's why I usually record in a very dim lighting. I usually don't have many lights around me. Except for the stupid blinds right there, you know, where the sunlight comes in. But loud noises were pretty much my biggest fear as a kid. Besides, you know, the dark and the monsters. The dark and the monsters. And the ghosts. Thank you for your corpus meat. Come here. Ow! 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 Hey! Hey! Illegal. Disgusting. You disgusting. Hey! Stop backing away from me, you cheater. You big, nasty cheater. Ouch! Ouch! Ouch. Come over here if you want to fight. Cheater! Can't even see. Nah, I hope his health stayed low. Where is, Night Eye? Hey, you piece of garbage. Aw, you didn't die in one hit like I thought you would. Get my axe out. You can't even hit me, man. You've swung at me so many times, and you still can't hit me. You suck. Ah, you fell over dead. Ouch. Ah, there's a zombie. There's a corpus zombie dude. Ouch. 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 Out. There are so many things in here trying to kill me. Dude. Oh, you healed up, too. You healed yourself. You suck. You suck. Would you quit backing away? You keep dragging other enemies towards me when you back away. I keep pressing the wrong god dang button. Die, you garbage man. Oh my god. You didn't even have anything on you. Okay. Great. I need to hit that, light thing. Thank you. Okay, that's much better. You don't have anything on you. Okay, alright. What is this? Bone, Part 1. You've gained knowledge from this book. Your medium armor skill increased to 43. Interesting. It seems to me, said Garaz, thoughtfully looking into the depths of his flint, that all great ideas come from pure happenstance. Take, for instance, the story I told you last night about my cousin. If he hadn't fallen off that horse, he never would have become one of the Empire's foremost alchemists. It was late one midnight night at the King's Ham, and the regulars were always especially inclined toward philosophy. I disagree, replied Xiomara, firmly but politely. Great ideas and inventions are most often formed slowly over time by diligence and hard work. If you'll recall my tale from last month, the young lady, who I assure you is based on a real person, only recognized her one true love after she had slept with practically everyone in North Point. What? I put it to you that neither is the case, said Halgard, pouring a topper on his mug of grief. The greatest inventions are created by extraordinary need. Must I remind you of the story I told some time ago about Arslick-On and the invention of bone mold? The problem with your theory is that your example is entirely fictional, sniffed Xiomara. I don't believe I remember the story of Arslick-Owen and the invention of bone mold, frowned Garaz. Are you sure you told us? Well, this happened many years ago, when Vardenfell was a beauteous green land, when Dunmer were Chimmer, and Dwemer and Nord lived together in relative peace when they weren't trying to kill one another. Helgard relaxed in his chair, warming to his theme. When the sun and moons all hung in the sky together. Lord, Mother, and Wizard, grumbled Xiomara. If I'm going to be forced to hear your ridiculous story again, pray don't embellish and make it any longer than it has to be. This all happened in Vardenfell quite some time ago, said Halgard, ignoring Xiomara's interruption with admirable restraint, during an era of a king you would never have heard of. Arslick-Owen was one of this king's nobles and a very disagreeable fellow. Because of his allegiance to the crown, the king had felt the need to grant him a castle and land, but he didn't necessarily want him as a neighbor, so the land he granted was far from civilization. Right in an area of Vardenfell that is, even today, not quite civilized to this day, blah blah blah, built a walled stronghold and settled down with his unhappy slaves to enjoy a quiet, if somewhat grim, life. It was not long before his stronghold's integrity was tested. A tribe of cannibalistic Nords had been living in the valley for some time, mostly dining on one another, but occasionally foraging what they like to call dark meat, the Dunmer. Xiomara laughed with appreciation. Marvelous! I don't remember that from before. It's funny how you don't hear much about the Nords' rampant cannibalism nowadays. This was obviously, as I said, quite some time ago, said Halgard, glaring at part of his audience with civil malevolence. And things were in many ways quite different. These cannibalistic Nords began attacking Arslick-Owen's slaves in the fields, and then they slowly grew bolder until they held the very stronghold itself under siege. They were quite a fearsome sight, if you can imagine, a horde of wild-eyed men and women with dagger-like teeth filed to tear flesh, wielding massive clubs, cloaked only in the skins of their victims. Arslick-Owen assumed that if he ignored them, they'd go away. Unfortunately, the first thing that the Nords did was to poison the stream that carried water into the walled stronghold. All the livestock and most of the slaves died very quickly before this was discovered. There was no hope of rescue, at least for several months, when the king's emissaries would come reluctantly to visit the disagreeable vassal. The next closest source of water was on the other side of the hill, so Arslick-Owen sent 3 of his slaves with empty drugs to bring some back. They were beaten with clubs and eaten before they were a few feet outside the stronghold gates. The next group he sent through, he gave sticks to defend themselves. They made it a few feet farther, but were also overwhelmed, beaten, and devoured. It was obvious that better personal defensive was required. Arslick-Owen went to his armorer, one of his few slaves with specific talents and duties. The slaves need armor, and blah blah blah. The armorer, whose name was Gorkith used to blah 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 blah, until finally he had 6 suits of mixed metal armor. 6 slaves were chosen clad in their armor and sent with jars to collect river water. At first the mission progressed well. The Nord attacked the armored slaves with their clubs, but they continued their march forward, warding off the blows. Gradually, however, the slaves began to be walking uncertainly, dazed by the endless barrage. Eventually, one by one they fell, their armor was peeled from their bodies, and they were eaten. The slaves couldn't move quickly enough in that heavy armor you made, said Orslick blah blah blah. I need you to do the stuff. Okay. Gerglich did as he was told, though it was a particularly repulsive task given the rancid state of the livestock. Normally it takes quite a time to treat and cure leather, so I understand. But Gorklich worked at it tirelessly, and in half a day he had 12 suits of leather armor. Dang. 12 slaves were chosen, clad in the armor, and sent with jars to collect a river. They progressed at first much better than the earlier expedition. 2 fell almost immediately, but the others had some luck outmaneuvering their blah blah blah, and 3 were able to fill up their jars, and 1 fellow very nearly made it back to the stronghold gates. Alas, he fell and was eaten. The Nords possessed a remarkably healthy appetite. What we need before I completely run out of slaves, said Arslick Owen thoughtfully to Gorkthith, is an armor sturdier than leather, but lighter than metal. The armorer had already considered that and taken stock of the materials available. He had thought about doing something with stone or wood, but there were practical problems with demolishing more of the stronghold. The next most prevalent stuff present in the stronghold was skinned dead bodies, hunks of muscle, fat, blood, and bone. For 6 hours he toiled relentlessly until he produced 18 suits of bone mold, the first ones ever created. Arslick Owen was somewhat dubious at the sight and smell, but he was very thirsty and willing to sacrifice. He was very thirsty. And willing to sacrifice another 18 slaves as necessary. Might I suggest having the slaves practice moving about in the armor here in the courtyard before sending them to face the Nords. He allowed it, the slaves wandered around, they grew used to it, and 17 of them were killed and eaten, but 1 made it back with a jar of water. It's perfect nonsense, said Ziomara, but my point is still valid even so. Like all great inventors, even in fiction, the armorer worked diligently to create the bone mold. I think there was a good deal of happenstance as well, frowned Garz, but it's an appalling story. I wish you hadn't told me. If you think that's appalling, grinned Hildegard, you should hear what happened next. Okay. Well, you know, he also sent more slaves out every time. They went from, like, what, 6 or something to 12 to 18, you know? Like, it might not have even been the armor. It might have just been the fact that they sent more people. Whatever. I'm not taking that. Is there anything else, anything of value in here? An expensive shirt, a small stone chest trapped. Ooh, that needs a probe. I've got a probe somewhere in here, right? Maybe? Ancient door key, slave key, journeyman's probe. Thank you. Disarm trap failed, 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 disarm trap disarmed. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Common soul gems. I'll take both of those. Greater soul gem and pretty soul gem, or petty soul gem. Nice. Silver claymore. Do I need that? Oh, it's worth. But it's heavy. I'll take it. Exclusive potion of feather. Take that. Chest. Another trapped chest. Disarm. Trap. Disarmed. Hey! I only did that in 2 things. Oh, it's got a lock. It's fine. I also have a lockpick. I mean, I could use my spell, but I want to use the lockpick to get better at picking locks. Lockpick failed. Lockpick failed. Lockpick failed. Lockpick failed. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Ooh. Oh, we don't need to find Malalexa now. Oh, we've got all this bone mold. Well, I'm pretty sure I'm wearing all bone mold armor except for the helmet. So I don't think I need any of this, so we're good. I don't need the expensive shirt. Bone is worth 300. Frickin' take that. Didn't realize how expensive that was. That book was. I mean, this armor's kind of expensive too, but it weighs a lot, and I'm here on a journey to collect ingredients, so I don't really want to take it with me. Alright, what is this on this other side? We got bells here, like the other place. That's cute. What's in here? A dead body. Oh. Corpus meat hunks. Yes, give me your corpus meat hunks. Hey, corpus meat hunks. Woo! Woo! Anything in the water here? Let's check. I don't see anything. I don't see any tunnels. Any chests. Yeah, there's nothing in here. There's nothing in here. There be nothing in this here water. Except for the fact that I can't get the frick out of it. There we go. Okay. Whoa, can't see. Alright, well, I guess that was that. Pretty nice. What is this? Large wrapped corpus meat. Just hanging here. No thanks. No thanks, I don't want it. I'm gonna go back to Rabinna, and we can continue on our journey. What? Oh wait, did I go down here? I don't think I've gone down here. I think this might just lead to the... Oh. Ooh, I don't have anything. I'm just... This just got a freaking lockpick. Where? Elaine Corpus. Oh, that's what you are. He's not even fighting me. Maybe he is, I don't know. I can't really see. Because it's dark. I don't think... I'm not sure what he's doing, actually. I think he's just suffering. I want to put you out of your misery, don't worry. You are very beefy, man. Like, you are very beefy. Has anyone ever told you that? How beefy you are? You're not doing any damage to me, I don't think. You're just kinda... not dying. Don't worry, I'll get you. I'll get you eventually. You're gonna be dead soon. Are you healing? You are! You have regenerative abilities. That's why it's taking so long to kill you. Hey, but my axe skill went to level 60. Because you're taking so long to kill, so that's good. You got some corpus sweepings. Not bad, not bad. Only rest on solid ground. Come on, I am on solid ground. Oh, no, I'm not. I'm in the water still. I can't see crud. Which way am I going? There's slaughterfish and drogs down there. I'm not going down there. Heck no. There's probably something down there, but I don't give a dang. I'm going home. I hate water. I hate water adventures. I'm pretty sure I have a water breathing spell, or a potion or something, but I don't care. I'm going home. This was nice. This was a nice little place, a nice little break from our long, arduous walk, you know? But I'm ready to go back to it. There's the door, the beautiful exit. Get me the heck out of here. I need to rest. Okay, now it's dark. Great. Rabinna, I'm back from my long journey. How long have you been standing out here by that dead dude's corpse? 3 days? I think it'd take me about 3 days to do that. Maybe. What do you think, Rabinna? Guess it doesn't really matter to you, huh? You probably enjoyed it. Come on, follow me. Rabinna will follow. My favorite 3 words in the world. Rabinna will follow. Alright. Let's just keep going along the coast then. Doesn't seem to be anything interesting over here except for that place, and that place is scary. I don't want to go there. I don't want to go over there. Too spooky. Too spooky for me. What's our next question? What's run... Ugh. Nah, I hate that one. What bends your mind every time you think about it? What bends my mind every time I think about it? The universe itself, you know, just thinking about how massive it is, how tiny we are, and, you know, stuff like that. Heck, the 4th dimension confuses me all the time. I think about that, too. That's just a... What is that? What? Are you... You're just a Nyx hound, right? No, you're an Lit. Okay, I couldn't tell what the heck you were. Oh, what is that? Oh, what is that over there? Oh, it's just another lid. Okay, I didn't know what the frick it was either. Could you guys just die, please? Me and my friend are having a very hard time just having a nice, relaxing stroll. We're just trying to have a relaxing stroll, and you're making it very hard for us to do that. And I don't know what the purple, the green, not purple, gas is that comes around you sometimes, but I don't like that. Rabinna, be careful. Hey, hey, hey. Hurt me, don't hurt her. Yeah, you're right, Rabinna. This one is no more. Once we get it. Once we finish getting it. Gotcha. You're dead. Give me your hide. You're okay, right? Yeah, you're fine. You're fine. You're good. Sweet moon sugar. No, you're gonna stay away from the moon sugar, and I don't have any moon sugar on me. I don't think. I think I might have some in my room, under my bed. But we're not eating that, we're selling it. Alright, come on. This place looks dreadful. Let's go back in the water. Hopefully we find a shore that's prettier than this. Because this shore's ugly. Hey, Scrib, you're so cute. I love you. I love you, Scrib. Adorable. Scribs are adorable. Alright, next question. Because that one was boring. Would you rather go hang gliding or white water rafting? Hang gliding? I'm not 100% sure what white water rafting is. I would assume you go on a raft down a very fast river, and that sounds dangerous as heck. Hang gliding sounds a lot safer. I mean, sure, you're gliding through the trees, and you could probably run into a tree and die and get impaled on branches, and that sounds pretty bad too. But being in the air just sounds a lot better than being on a very fast river. That might be because I'm not that strong of a swimmer. I mean, I can swim, but I don't know if I can swim against a current that's strong. So, yeah, I'd choose hang gliding. Not that I could fly either, you know. Not that I could just spread my wings and fly out if something bad were to happen, but it just seems the more fun and slightly less dangerous option. Though again, I'm not 100% sure what whitewater rafting is. It's probably not that bad either. But I also get seasick, and that might translate over to that. I don't get airsick. I like the air.
Personally, I prefer
Next,
air.
there has always been something. Before there was something, there was only nothing. Which do you think is more likely? Huh? But there has always been something. Before there was something, there was only nothing. Which do you think is more likely? I'm having a headache reading this stupid question. So are you asking me, has there always been something, or was there only nothing until something happened? See, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. Nobody knows. I like to listen to theories about how everything came to be, you know? Like, for example, there could be an infinite loop of the universe, you know? Like, the universe comes from a point, and then it expands into the universe, and then it starts shrinking again, and then it turns back into the Big Bang, you know? Everything shrinks together, and then it expands again once it gets too close together, and then, you know, it repeats itself over and over and over and over again. That's kind of one of the main theories that I kind of believe in, but it's just a theory. Like, it might not be true. So I don't frickin' know. I mean, if there was nothing and then something appeared, there would have to be something there to make that something happen. There couldn't have been nothing. There would have had to have been something. So there has to have been something. Whether it be, you know, the universe's forces at work, gravity and all that stuff, or a god, or I don't know, there had to have been something. There couldn't have been nothing. If there was nothing, then how would the something happen? This question hurts my head. Next question. What looks delicious but tastes terrible? For me, personally, fish. I mean, there's some fish that look really good, but I hate fish, so... They never taste good to me. But that's the only thing I can really think of. Maybe dragon fruit? I did have dragon fruit once, but I think I had a bad dragon fruit, so I'm not really sure if I should count it. But I ate a dragon fruit, and it was a lot worse than I expected. Am I hurting you? Because I don't want to hurt you. But I can't freaking touch this stupid thing. There we go. I'm getting you now. I'm getting you now, you stupid cliff racer. Alright, what's the next question while I beat this dude senseless? If you could go back in time and inspire someone to make a present-day invention, what invention in what time period would advance humanity the most? I don't believe in that stuff. I believe we should keep the timeline the way it is and let time just kind of do its thing. Unless, you know, something terrible is going to happen, which is like world-ending or universe-ending kind of stuff, you know? In which case I think we should go back in time and try to prevent that from happening, but if it's about trying to advance us further than we already have been advanced, I don't think we should do that. But if I were going to do that, I don't know, I guess maybe I'd give somebody a smartphone. I don't know. I don't know exactly where I'd go, who I'd give the phone to, who I would go and... Who's yelling at me? Oh, peasants. Where's my fire spell? Never a dull moment in Morrowind. Never a dull moment.